It's especially interesting because immigration has been kind of like the defining issue of the Trump era in a lot of ways, right? And in some ways, what's happening now is only the latest flare up in a pretty old fight in the Republican coalition. You can take any presidential election of the 21st century and find this divide between Chamber of Commerce Republicans and the Wall Street editorial board on one side, Wall Street Journal editorial board, and on the other side, kind of conservative talk radio, Fox News, and the right-wing base on the other. Every Republican presidential candidate in the last 25 years has tried to straddle this line. You remember Mitt Romney in 2012? He talked about self-deportation. That was kind of his red meat to the base. He also talked about stapling a green card on every college diploma of an immigrant who came to the US, right? And so what's interesting is that Trump, made immigration one of his key wedges in 2016 in the Republican primaries. He was seen as this extremely populist figure. But I don't think we should be that surprised that he has now found himself siding with what is essentially the Chamber of Commerce position on immigration.
Big shocker.
Well, here's the thing. I talked to a Republican elected official just a couple weeks ago who said, and the thing about Trump that people always fail to understand is that the most consistent metric he uses to judge people is their net worth, right? It's how much money they have. And so we should not be shocked that Elon Musk has been allowed in the henhouse. It's not because of his, searing political charisma. It's because he's incredibly wealthy. There's a reason that Trump often defers to his golf buddies and high dollar donors and allies in Silicon Valley and Wall Street. He cares what those people think of him. So I think that helps, that should help inform how this kind of battle is going to play out.
And it's also why Bannon is sort of so angry about this. It's somewhat performative. And Charlie, look, I've covered this issue for 20 years. You're a veteran of these exact fights where there really is this tension that McKay highlighted. What I think is interesting to me, this new factor, which is Musk, brings this totally different set of ideological commitments and also material commitments into this universe that weren't there even 6 months ago. Now it's everything has to be about, well, there's the Trump position, there's the base, and then there's, what does Elon Musk think? And I've never seen anything like it where there's just this new, it's like a new planet came in, and now everything has to orbit around that as well.